Nice. Yes, on video. Oh, here we go. Nice. We got another one.
That's so cool. Ready to go. Oh.
For signing only, or honorific welcome check on behalf of the Inuit, extending greetings of aloha to one and all. Family round of applause for Kahuna Nui Ohana, Priestess, Royal Court Chapter. For Senior Manager of True Kahini, your feather standards are used as symbols of authority and as flags for chiefs in ancient times. We call it Hawaiian Kavakahiko. Our Moikane, Moivahine, or King and Queen are our entire Jamon regalia associated pretty much contact of our islands. His Majesty's words of Mahiole are for the helmet along the ceremonial cape or ahula. He bears an ihi or spear, indicating he was a warrior chief of his islands and his people. Her Majesty's word traditional Wangel code of Kikepa, a feather crown called the Lehulu, the modern act, the precious and sacred Niho Falawa, a card's well-tuned ivory pendant indicating she's descendant of the highest chiefly right. And on behalf of our leagues and greetings and welcome you with a word expressing the essence and spirit of Hawaii and our people. So all of you, repeat after me and say aloha. Our management proclaim at the Luau celebration beginning, declare this feast especially in your honor. That some of the court dance to entertain our program traditional monarchy era hula. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome out to Nui Nui Rainbow Dancers. our hot day of the I'm gonna have for y'all do the rainbow dancers and Sunday Ali. Number 4, Cousin Craig.
I think once I got to you on Hawaiian ski vehicles underground oven. Now tell me what you're witnessing is a reversal of course that took place early this morning. The nation of the EU simply located in a virtual standards for decades. They was prepared by heaping substance to outward no numerous heat laws. Then the place smoothed with porous lava rocks and riverbed stones on those logs as it lit a great big bonfire. And when the rocks are red hot, some of those hot rocks are inserted to the pool or cavity of the pig that has been prepared for the occasion. The pig is wrapped in a chicken wire mesh to hold the hot rocks in place and the butcher within. Once so wrapped up, the entire pig is then taken to the pool. Then the paw is placed in a bed of vegetation covered up with halila, a blanket of greenery and foliage. Then the entire eagle will sealed with burlap sacks in the sand that will be covered from the eagle of what was created. Can be best described as a giant pressure cooker like oven and fan. It is the steam that cooks the pig. Let's see who's going to go first to throw the hot stones as they play a little traditional Hawaiian game for you. And it goes a little something like this. Alright, looks like Tackle's going to go first. They're going to go toss the stones out of the igloo. Some of these rocks are still very, very hot. Can use to cook for a couple of hours had you left the igloo intact. And family, as you can see, the hotter the stone, the faster we get pause out of the oven. Looks like we're ready, families, to get those camels ready. We're going to do a Hawaiian countdown at this time. Here we go. Ekahi 1, Elua 2. Ekolo 3, everyone yell out, Hoki! Hoki! Hoki makes it cool. There you have it, a kalua pua, right from the underground oven. Once again, a round of applause for 2 hardworking young gentlemen. For Bus 1, Cousin Kaipo. Bus 4, Cousin Craig. Family, can I get a big oh yeah for the kalua pig?
Oh yeah!
We will see you at dinner tonight. If you want to have a few more photos with it, you may do so at this time. When you're done with that, we now want to invite you back to our dining area. Once again, festivities are ready to begin on main stage. We have a welcoming drum before you buy our border drummers, so dance your way back to the dining area. Let the fun, let the luau party!
Our dad, we raised pigs. That doesn't look like enough.
They have more than I think they have.
Pacific Ocean. Once again, a round of applause for the beautiful Maui. unedited, spectacular. Welcome to stage our event of Samoa as they come forward to demonstrate for your battle scene that took place to see who will be the next warrior of Hawaii.
Sean? You all right? Take a picture.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that pretty?
Yeah. There you go, absolutely.
When I get that, it's coming in the blood thinners. I have, look under this eye, it's slightly bruised. Because Tom whacked me with the corner of the walker. Everything bruises or bleeds.
That's me.
What's the blood
Oh
thinners?
no! I don't have anything on me.
I have a Kleenex, clean Kleenex. Will that help?
You have anything in your purse?
No, I'm not that kind of mother.
Me neither.
I don't carry anything now. It's like, I think things can happen.
Yeah, probably. I think you guys are gonna have to switch it in there. Can we squeeze by? Not you. Let's go ahead.
Just the river. Now I'm right into the water.
Every person in the wheelchair is really holding things.
Filming, so I am.
Second, when I start up our annual chicken race here on the left-hand side, you go ahead and choose a chicken to win the race. If your chicken wins the race, you win a dozen chickens. All right, so here we go. 3, 2, and 1. There we go. Chicken race happening. Lucy's gonna get it first, and bingo! Got a winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. That is a rare and endangered quad chickens. Oh yeah. You know, who today has gotten a wristband from the bus? Who's got a wristband off the bus? A lot of you guys, right on. You all win a dozen chickens each. Okay, guys, congratulations. I'm gonna get started talking about the plantation. Kilohana, we guys were at today, was once a sugarcane estate of 22,000 acres of sugarcane. The main sugar baron that lived here, his name was Gaylord Wilcox, and they lived in a home there on the left with a brown roof and 2 visible smokestacks, built back in 1935 by Gaylord Wilcox for him and his family. It costed him a grand total of $160,000 to make that 3-bedroom, 16,000 square foot home there on the left. Today, the home is worth well over $12 million. How's the equity on that one, huh? Yeah. And for those of you that did come off of the bus just recently, there on your left hand side, that's the main home where you guys have pointed at. After the tour, you guys have 4 minutes of free shopping time, and that's where the bus will be picking you guys up as well. Okay, so I'll remind you guys once again after the end of the tour. But the main home is definitely beautiful, and when we were a bit sugarcane estate, we needed laborers. 2 laborers are here on the left hand side. The donkeys is hanging out and cruising. We got the white-nosed donkey, that one's name is Iao. The black-nosed donkey, that one's name is Bud Light. And we talk about the donkeys on tour all the time because back in the day, they were the mode of transportation. They would haul around workers, sugarcane, tools from spot to spot. Today our donkeys are happily retired. All they do is walk around, eat snacks, drink water, make more donkeys, talk to big green ogres, fall in love with dragons. That's a Shrek joke. Did he get down all the way? Well, the smiles gives it something. You guys got it right on. That's all I got in this tour, guys. It's dad joke, so be prepared, okay, for it. There on the left, we got one of our engines, a 1942 General Electric diesel engine. If you look in the window, you can still see the engineer from 1942. There he is. Gotta say, he looks really good, man. He's lost a lot of weight. Must be in the keto diet. Now, the engine pulling us around today, this is our 1948 General Electric diesel engine being pulled around today by the Honolulu, the Wainiha, the Waigua, and the Waimea. They're gonna have the rear. How you guys doing? Okay, guys, back there? You guys hanging loose, everybody? Alright, guys, keep hanging loose. And in front of us, we got this big row of pine trees making its way here from the left all the way across to the right. These are called the Cook Island pines. And as you guys can see how big and bulky the trees are, they were once utilized to repair broken or damaged ship masts. And that was the original purpose. And as you guys can see how big and bulky the trees are, they will do a good job at it too. But as we pass into the pines, we're going to enter you guys towards the behind the scenes of the property. This is a working agricultural farm. Here on the left hand side, take a look on the very top of the stalks, we got some bananas that are coming up here. This is a variety that they call the apple banana, and it's half the size and twice the sweetness of your normal banana. And bananas in general, people tend to call them a tree all the time, but they're really not a tree at all because they don't produce a type of a hardwood. So they've been cataloged and classified as an herb, and they're the world's largest herbs. Hawaiians are between 7 and 10 varieties, and they call them maika, which means banana in Hawaiian. This variety originally comes from the Philippines. And as soon as you see a bunch of fruits through the green leaves out of here, that is the only bunch that you'll ever see off of it. It's only 1 bunch per stalk per season. In order to get bored, cut down the old one, have the new one grow by itself, and 15 months later, you get a new bunch off of a whole new stalk. And that's how they regrow. And his farmer also grows papayas on the right hand side. You can see them all right there, all the green ones. And if it looks like some of them have been eaten, it's because they have. Okay. We have a lot of parakeets out of here that go through and they sit at the bottom and they're pecking all the fruits there. And that's the papaya. Really, really good up there too. Kauai sunrise papaya, as it's called. But of all the things that he grows out of here, from okra, snap peas, papaya, Thai watermelon, bananas he has the hardest time with. What happens is he only gets to harvest about 60% of his banana crop. The other 40 gets eaten by the chickens. You know what I told him? You gotta set traps against those chickens. It might taste like banana. I mean, apple banana fried chicken might be a good thing in the future. You never know. I mean, it sounds good. I would like to try it. Free range apple banana fried chicken. Might be a new thing at the restaurant next year. Who knows? As you continue on, coming up here on the left hand side is going to be an orchard. And this orchard contains over 30 different types of fruits. This first row of trees right there, that is called a orange. That citrus, somebody took a Myers lemon and a Washington so we call them oranges on the plantation, lemon orange. Or if you wanted to French it up, you call them all orange. That might work out too. We also have here in the orchard a lot of different trees. Some more citrus there on the left hand side. That's a common and basic tangerine. And did you guys know that tangerines are mandarin oranges? They're the same thing. They got their nickname tangerine from the port of Tangier. They're an exporter between 300 to 400 years and thus adopted a nickname called tangerine. So these found them in stores next to each other. Tangerines, mandarin oranges, while the cheaper ones, they're the same thing. That's all they are. But of all the fruits here inside the orchard, there's a lot of different ones that aren't in season. That's fine. I just want to give you guys a rundown of every single fruit we have here on the left in no order at all. Anything from longan, rambutan, lychee, canastel, carambola, cham de cava, mame sapote, cashews, cherries, tangerines, tangelos, obiu, longstem, pineapples, papayas, mangoes, guavas, lily points, passion, avocados, gulasana, gamoya, ulu, blah, 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 blah. A lot of different things out here. And typically what we're seeing now are fruits that are in season, like citrus, some oddities too out here too, like canastel and such. Just a little quick bit here on the right hand side. We got some animals out there. As you guys can see, I'm just hanging out and cruising. We're gonna get you guys a little closer to the animals in just a bit, okay? A lot more closer. So close you can kiss them. I don't suggest it though, but we'll get you guys out there. But back to the orchard. First card coming up here on the left hand side is a cashew tree. As you find out, light green leaves, open branch of the green moss. First card, that's a cashew tree. Second card come up on the left hand side, there it is. And the third and fourth card in a few more moments. Right on about now, third card, that's a cashew, fourth card in a few seconds. And here's the thing, you should never eat a raw one off a tree. Anybody know why you should never eat a raw cashew off a tree? Yeah, bingo, poisonous. It is poisonous on a tree. It contains the exact same stuff that's found in poison oak and poison ivy called urushiol. And that's what in the stores we get them at a higher cost because we gotta get them detoxified. What's not poisonous? Pineapples. See those pointy stalks up there? That's the pineapple patch. Pineapples do not grow on a tree or under the ground. They grow right in the center of a stalk, and it takes a long time to grow a marketable pineapple. In total, it takes close to 2 years for your first one to get off this big. But here's the real kicker. It never stays the same size. Every time you get a fruit from here, it gets smaller and smaller and smaller. Your last one will be about half the size of a Coke can, and that's it. You don't eat anywhere after that. Roughly 2 years to grow, 10 minutes to eat. Make sure you enjoy it. And that's a lot of it as well, too. Yeah. Alright, gonna say goodbye to the orchard for just a bit. Goodbye, orchard. See you later. Got a ton of oranges out there in the trees, and you guys can see passing by. Again, it is citrus season. That's the Valencia orange. On Saturday's tour, there's a few chickens that were pecking at one of the oranges on the ground. So I told the group that that's how we get orange chicken. You never know. Here on the left, we got some beautiful hibiscus out there, the multicolor hibiscus. We also got coconuts. If you are a fan of coconut, take a look here on the left. These trees are full grown. They don't get any bigger than what you're looking at now, which is great. That now means that picking coconut just got a whole lot easier and a whole lot safer to harvest. And they're called the Samoan coconut tree, or the dwarf coconut tree as well. Yeah, coconut's really good for you too. It has a ton of electrolytes inside of it. Your body needs. Helps out with muscle cramping, fatigue, hangovers. Really good for that too. It's also good at breaking down the calcium that forms in the stones in your kidneys. So it's good for kidney stones too. But it is also a natural laxative. Okay, so it's either kidney stones or laxative. You gotta get the lesser of two evils there. On the right hand side out of here, we got a few of our cattle just hanging out and cruising. We got the big Red Bull with the big old horns. His name is Red Bull. Pretty original name, I know. But yeah, toss you on it there on your left. Did you not see it? Right there. That's Oreo out there with the black and white just hanging out. We also got the brown one with the white face down there. That's Blondie. Hanging out of cruising. Got the small brown one on the opposite side. That's Blondie. Blondie's baby. That's baby James Brown and Ferdinand Oreo Jr. That cop up there. Hey guys, morning. You know, before we were a big sugarcane estate, we did 700 acres of cattle ranching, and a long part was the majority breed out of here. Anybody from Texas on Brother Train today, Richard? Hey, if you get saved back there too. I should have known from the hat.
tortillas are from Safeway.
Oh yeah, I've seen a few Safeway stores while we've been here.
You may have mine. You may feed the rest.
Sweet. Say hi, Tommy.
Over here. And tortillas are just basically just a snack for them out here today. That's what it is. But even though these pigs are out over here in abundance on the island, they're still outnumbered. A lot of chickens. A lot of chickens here on the island. A lot of guests have questioned about them too, like why do we have so many? And do the locals eat the chickens and all here on the island? And to that one, you know, some of us do, but not a lot of us. A lot of us find it easier today, instead of running after a chicken, we'll walk into our local grocery store, pick up the pieces that are skinless and boneless, cook it up, they call it a day. Or even easier, today we have a place called Costco that sells a chicken there for $5. Seasoned up that already rotisserie for you. Oh yeah. And with the chickens over here, the reason why they're so in abundance is because they don't have a natural predator to take them down. No mongoose, no foxes, no coyotes, no snakes, and no hawks reside on the islands. They can just keep reproducing. That goes up for the pigs too. They got nothing to take them down. No mountain lions, cougars, leopards, velociraptors, you know, nothing like that. So they can just keep reproducing doing their thing too. A lot of folks, again, they look at the pigs and think that, oh, that must be your Luau dinner pigs. They're not. The Luau dinner pig is a USDA approved pig. These pigs out here, they don't even have a U yet, so we can't use them for that purpose. Personal use, yeah. Commercial, You're gonna get a big fine for serving wild picnic. Bye, animals. See you there. And inside, and also please remain seated throughout this entire section, as you might have to stop or recover for something about the traffic. But as you do enter in here, this is a common setting for Hawaii today. If you were to just go ahead and walk off into any side road jungle area, this is what you'd walk into. This is what we call a low-lying modern-day Hawaiian forest. And of all the plants that's growing here, the majority of them aren't native here to the island, but they're still very, very beautiful. But some grow out more faster than others. Like focus on the great trunk trees that surround us on the left and also on the right-hand side. These trees are called makarenga, and they grow up to 9 feet a year. They're a fast-growing hardwood tree that makes the majority of the canopy that we're in today. And it's called makarenga, not the macarena. Those are two different dances, okay? But of all the plants that's inside of here, the majority of them do get along okay with each other. Like the orange flowers that you see all around the island, those are called the African flower. They like to grow, except for one. The bad guy plant is here on the left. It's a vine system wrapping itself around the trees, growing to the top of the canopy and back down. Here on your left-hand side, we have a household common plant called philodendron. For every acre of philodendron vines we get rid of here in Hawaii, 10 more acres will grow. It's a hard plant to around here. And its cousin, some of y'all might know, called kudzu. Anybody heard of kudzu before? It's not bad stuff. It grows a foot overnight. It grows in all the southern states here now. Yeah, Home Depot sells philodendron for like $10. You can come here and get them for free. Totally can. Not too bad. But as we exit out of the tree top area, making our last leg to home base, on the right-hand side, we have a cashew tree outside of the orchard. You can actually touch the leaves of the tree if you're next to an opening. Here it is passing me by right about now. First car, that's a cashew tree right there. And it still makes you wonder, you know, like since it is poisonous and all, like who was the first person to figure it out? I mean, they're not here today, but thank you for paying me today. Third car on your right-hand side, and also fourth car coming up, that's a cashew tree right there. We also got a beautiful Norfolk pine tree there on the right. As we pass by the pine tree here on the left-hand side is the Luau Center, which means that now we come back full circle, right back around to where we came from, and that's the tour of the beautiful plantation. If you guys enjoyed the tour on the beautiful grounds, we do have a little box or a bucket on your way out that does say tips mahalo. Feel free to leave a lovely gratuity on the way down to me in the curb. For those of you guys that have the wristbands that came off of the bus earlier, with the yellow
No restriction will go.
What'd you say?
No restriction will go.
Which direction we're going?
No, we go.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question.
See, leave or something out there. I won't.
This is the camera for you. Watch. Pause it for you. See? Steady cam. Look at the, that's pretty out there. Pretty. So far we're in.
get a picture of you?
Yeah.
Oh, the mountain, yeah. Right?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Not doing that.
Why?
Oh, fishing.
Yeah, I did. And I'm on a roll. Yes. Get the other side. Battery charge to my phone? Camera? I want
Carrot your purse.
Bags, glasses, and things like that. Now to start off our tour. If you take a look over to my right, you're going to see our first field of pineapple crops growing. And in Hawaiian, the word for pineapple is hala kahiki. However, pineapples, they are not native to Hawaii. They made their way here about 100 years ago as a plantation crop from South America. It is also pretty simple if you wanted to grow your own pineapple plant. Just grab yourself a fully sized pineapple, maybe from your local grocery store. Then you need to cut or twist off the top spiky part, which is called the crown. Let the crown dry for a few days and put it into a bowl of water. And once you see roots growing from the bottom of the crown, you can go ahead and plant it directly into the soil. About 18 months later, you'll see your first root starting to grow. This will come from the top center of the crown. It's going to take that pineapple another 6 months or so to fully mature, be ready to be harvested. So it is about a 2 to a 3 year long process. Now if you take a look a little bit closer to the tram, just on either side of the pathway, you're going to see all these beautiful palm trees lined up. And these are vanilla palms. Sounds like vanilla, but spelled with an M. And they originally came to Hawaii from the Philippines. Here in Hawaii though, we like to call them Christmas palms for the green and red berries the trees produce. So if you look at the trunks of the palm trees, you can tell some of them are growing those berries at this time. They start off green and mature into the final reddish color. It is that red berry that does contain an anesthetic inside of its juice. So say you were to take that red berry off the palm tree, squeeze the juice on onto your hand, rub it in a little, you might start to feel that tingling, numbing sensation after a few minutes. In places like the Philippines, they'll suck on the red berries to alleviate pain from toothaches and cold sores. But here in Hawaii, we have a different purpose for them. Once the berries have fallen and dried, we can gather, dehusk, and polish the seeds on the inside to string together into jewelry like necklaces and bracelets. The palm trees are mainly used for decoration on the property. Now coming up to my right, here along the brush, you'll begin to see these very tall ferns about the size of the tram, with those long skinny stems and big lacy fronds. These are the hapu'u ferns. It is a native Hawaiian plant, and in ancient times, the people of Hawaii, they would gather the pulu, or the golden, silky hair-like fibers that grow on those fern stems and trunks. This pulu has a texture sort of similar to cotton, and ancient Hawaiians would weave that very soft material into their bedding, stuffing for pillows, and especially bandages for wounds. Now we folks take a look over to my left, past the palm trees. Coming up in the field, we have some of Hawaii's first large land mammals, the longhorn cattle. Now before 1793, there were no large land mammals in Hawaii until a man named George Vancouver gifted a few cows and bulls to King Kamehameha I. That simple gift would come to have a major impact on Hawaii's ecosystem and economy. At first, cattle were protected by law from being hunted, but they soon grew too wild to control. With too many wild cattle, they would eat thatching of homes, destroy native plants, and even attack some people. So soon the ban was lifted. Then King Kamehameha III, he sent a few Hawaiian chiefs to California to learn handling skills from cowboys, thus introducing Hawaii to ranch culture. Those Hawaiians were quick learners, and Hawaiian cowboys became known as paniolos. So those cattle in the field to the left, those are just a few of a much bigger herd that we have residing above our plantation, closer to the foot of that mountain, just in front of us.
Got stuck.
Next, coming up to my right though, we have our tea leaf patch. Now it's not to be confused with the tea that we drink. This one is spelled T-I. In ancient Hawaii, the people would gather those tea leaves that would fall to the ground, dry up, turn brown, and weave them into a sort of footwear to protect their feet as they walked, kind of like flip-flops or slippers. Besides the green tea leaves though, there are also red varieties. We have a few of those red tea leaf plants growing more towards the front of the patch. Ancient Hawaiians would pull those red tea leaves off the plant, squeeze the juice out of them, and use that red juice to dye their kapa, which was their clothing. However, in ancient seed, and it's super easy if you wanted to plant your own coconut tree. All you gotta do is get yourself some tropical weather, of course, and a big brown coconut. Take a spot in your backyard. Basically then, all you gotta do is you take your coconut, you're gonna set it and forget it. That's it. Because a few months later, doing nothing to the coconut, you're gonna see a plant sprout out of the top of it. Just like these ones that we have here in the front. And then it will start to naturally root itself from the bottom, just like this one right here. But as you can see, you don't have to dig a hole to plant it or water it or anything for the tree to start sprouting. That's why we like to call the coconut a plant for dummies here in Hawaii. Because at this brown stage, they have all the water, nutrients to start a tree right here inside of the husk itself. However, after the tree has sprouted like this, then you're going to be tested for your patience. Because you will have to wait the next 6 to 12 years for your first set of coconuts. Yeah, be prepared for the little waiting game. Don't worry, you will be rewarded for your patience. Once the tree starts to fruits continuously throughout the year. And coconut trees can produce up to about 100 coconuts every year. So if we take a look at our coconut trees growing over on this side, do you see those rings or ridges going around the tree trunks? Yeah. One ring represents 1 year in the coconut tree's life. They can live to be over 100 years old. That's a lot of coconuts. But while it might seem iconic, classic, to get the perfect picture underneath a nice little set of coconut trees, or maybe take a nap under one of them, we would not recommend doing anything or hanging out underneath. Now when you start husking, open up a coconut, you want to start more on the peepal ends. That way the husk can begin to open up kind of just like a flower. Now those first few layers to husk are usually the hardest because you are basically going in blind. But once you find the shape of the seed on the inside, then it should get easier because at this brown stage, the shape of that seed there is fully formed. So the pickaxe bounces right around it, does not puncture that seed at all. However, there really is no machine that can husk open every single coconut in the world perfectly. That's because all coconuts are going to vary in size. So you don't really know the size or shape of the seed on the inside, and you never know how thick the husk is going to be on the outside. So coconuts you have seen in small, round, fuzzy stages like in grocery stores, supermarkets, those have most likely all been hand husked. But we do actually have some pretty fun husking records here in Hawaii. So over on the island of Oahu, there's a big Samoan guy. He works over at the Polynesian Cultural Center, or the PCC. He can husk a coconut open in literally 3 seconds. I have seen him do it live. If you don't believe me though, he has a really short video you can check out on YouTube. We just like to call him a cheater though here in the plantation, because that guy uses a machete, 3 quick chops, he's got it right open, and he has way bigger muscles than us or any of our coworkers. Here on Maui though, we also have a woman who holds a record. She lives in Lahaina. She can husk a coconut open roughly in 3 to 4 minutes. Way slower than 3 seconds, I know. What actually makes her very impressive is her technique. That woman makes us in the plantation look like the cheaters too, because she does not use a pickaxe or machete. What she uses instead to husk coconuts is her teeth. Yeah, she also has videos online if you don't believe me. Many people trying to follow in her footsteps there. She did recently retire though, a few years back. She actually used to do shows over on Front Street in Lahaina. Personally, we have not met her before, so for all we know, she could still have the world's nicest smile. Or if you're missing on her teeth, you never know. But once you do start to remove the husk from the coconut, then it's no longer going to go into a tree. It does need a husk to stay fully intact to get to that stage. But also I know after taking off the husk, now it might just look like trash or rubbish to us. We think we don't need it anymore, we can throw it away, forget about it. But early Hawaiians and people all throughout coastal regions of the world very much value this husk. For one purpose, what Hawaiians would do is they would pull these fibers off strand by strand, they would braid it together, weave it into some very strong rope. So if you did take some strands for yourself, twist them together a few times, you will see it's going to be very durable. Even when wet, this rope does not break apart. So Hawaiians would use this rope for tying tools together, rough some houses down, and especially for tying canoes to last the long sea voyages. But when it's dry, your husk is also a great fire starter. It lights up very easily, very quickly, and lasts you a good 20-30 minutes. All the smoke that comes off the burning husk will also be an amazing mosquito repellent. Bugs hate smoke as it is, but they can't stand smoke that comes off of a burning husk. I'm going to warn you now, though, to be prepared. If you do light this on fire, that smoke will also be a good people repellent. It is very stinky. And it smells like burning goat hairs. So if you're ever at the beach for a barbecue with your family, you can grab one of these, light it up, get the whole beach to yourself. No people or bugs around to bother you. Next over, I'm just going to show you folks that every coconut in the world at the brown stage has this little face to it. So 2 eyes and a mouth. This one's kind of sticking tongue at you. Looks like a bowling ball, pufferfish, or a little monkey's face. One lady the other day did tell us on our tour it kind of looked like her ex-husband. But at home though, you can go over the soft spots of the coconut by using a pointy object like a screwdriver or an ice pick. So by poking at the eyes, you'll see it kind of sticks a little bit, might puncture the eyes, but it will take a very long time to poke all the way through them. The eyes are a harder part of the coconut. But if you're to poke into the mouth, you know it's the mouth because it goes in with very little effort. That is because the mouth is the germinal spore of the coconut, which means it is the spot where the plant starts to grow out of it. So that little white thing that was sticking tongue at you, that was the beginning of the new tree. It starts out very small in the mouth, it soaks up all the moisture on the inside, the tree roots will start to shoot out of it. So you just keep in mind though, because the mouth is the softest spot, it's also the place where bugs like to make their way in. If they do that, they generate all the moisture and make it really nasty on the inside. So if you ever get to the mouth of the coconut and you find some brown slime or sludge you got already, don't crack it open. Otherwise, you are going to find maggots waiting on the inside for you. We've had some pretty nasty tours in the past, but we're good for today, don't worry. She just went and opened up the mouth. Next, we'll check the liquid on the inside. So many people see this liquid coming out, might confuse it for being coconut milk, but it is coconut water. You can drink the water at any stage of the coconut. The younger ones though, green and yellow coconuts, have way more water than a brown one. Their water is also sweeter, clear, and hydrating because it's full of electrolytes. That's why a lot of athletes like to drink coconut water, much more natural source rather than Powerade, Gatorade, all those sports drinks. You can still drink this water from the brown coconut. It's just been sitting in this one for months longer. So this water has been fermenting, getting more sour, and it also works as a natural laxative at this stage. So if you're able to use that water, you're good to go. If you drink the whole thing, you might want to run. It's going to kick in about 15 minutes. So stop putting up to the demonstration. We still got a while more in our tour to go. Next though, Verb is going to show you the easy way to crack open up a coconut. All you have to remember is eyes on top of head. Between the eyes, you're going to see a prominent line, kind of like a seam or a ridge running front to back. That is the next softest spot of the coconut. Using a blunt object like a hammer or even a little lava rock like this one here, hitting on that line is going to crack it very quickly, usually in less than a minute. Alright, once you hear that crack, follow it around to the edges meets. Now like cracking an egg, but please be careful not to pinch your hands. Eventually, once the line meets up, you can pry that coconut right open. Just like that. Now, the crazy one, remember, after opening the coconut is white meat to eat. As long as it's bright white, no discoloration or sliminess, you can use straight from the shell. You seem to have a pretty perfect coconut right here. At this stage, that fresh meat kind of tastes like a sweet almond, so very delicious. I don't know though if you tried to remove meat from a brown coconut before. You don't really want to use silverware. You might end up breaking them right in half. That meat is very hard, stuck to the shell at this stage. Old days of Hawaii, they would have to find seashells and scrape at it for hours. Thankfully for all of us though, we don't have to put that kind of labor in. You can use some easier modern tricks like your freezer. You take the two halves of the coconut, put them back together, rubber band it shut, toss it in the freezer for about 4 to 6 hours. Take it out, let it thaw. By the time it's finished thawing, that meat will have pops right off of the shell.
Wow.
That's because there's a lot of moisture in the meat. In the freezer, moisture expands. As it thaws, meat naturally shrinks off of the shell. All that moisture in the meat is also coconut milk. So if you do want that coconut milk, take the meat out of the freezer, put it through a food processor, squeeze it through a cheesecloth. All that liquid is the coconut milk. Anybody here use coconut oil at all?
Sure.
Personally, I love coconut oil. I know it's great for skin psoriasis, eczema, your hair, body cooking. To extract that oil, take the halves of the brown coconut, put them in the sun for the meat to dry for about 1 to 2 weeks. At the end, you can grab a spoon, scrape the oil off the meat. The only catch you will have to remember is 1 coconut at the very most, any size. It will only give you about a cup of coconut milk and no more than a shot glass of that coconut oil. So you have to choose between the two of them. If you want a good amount, like a gallon or a liter, might have to wait the 6 years for your own tree to grow. But ancient Hawaiians, you can tell, are very resourceful. They didn't like to waste anything. After moving the meats, those became cups and bowls for them. The side with the hole to work like a natural filter. Those that were skilled enough would carve hunting tools, fishing hooks, and weapons. Here in the plantation, we grow the Hayden mango. That is known to be much more meatier, juicier, and less stringy than other varieties, making it a local favorite, as well as my personal favorite type of mango. Hayden mangoes are also known to grow very large, often to the size of a softball. Some of them I have even seen to be the size of my face. But as we exit the grove, to my right, we have this field we recently planted. So down that middle row of trellises, you have some dragon fruit plants growing on the posts. If you take a look to the outer edges of the field, I know it seems to be like a lot of tall, overgrown grass there. But all that grass is actually sugarcane. In Hawaiian, the word for sugarcane is ko, spelled K-O. Ancient Hawaiians would plant sugarcane just outside of their houses, so they could grab the stalk if they needed to, chew on it for a quick energy boost, even use the leftover fibers as toothbrushes. We credit Hawaii's ethnic diversity today to the sugarcane industry, which began back in the 1800s. That's when they were bringing in immigrants from many different backgrounds to work in the fields here. Maui was home to the last sugarcane plantation in Hawaii, which did close in 2016 after nearly 200 years of operation. And for all of you macadamia nut lovers out there, on either side of us, we have our macadamia nut trees growing. Macadamia nuts are self-harvesting, just like coconuts. So if you look to the ground by those trees, you might see some of those brown macadamia nuts there. Macadamia trees were first brought to Hawaii from Australia around 1881. We have about 200 of the macadamia trees growing on our property, but we do not harvest them commercially. We'll mainly use the fallen nuts as weed cover and the trees as shade for our field workers. Macadamia nuts are mainly harvested on the big island of Hawaii because that's where they have the proper machinery and tools to do so. And next up to my right, we have our patch of papaya trees growing. Just those 6 rows of very skinny trees there. Those trees are only about 10 months old, so they do grow very quickly. Most of them are already fruiting at this time. So if you look carefully at the trees, you might see some of those little green papayas growing on them. Now those fruits will take another 3 to 8 months to fully ripen. Here in the plantation, we grow the strawberry papaya. It is not a cross between a strawberry and a papaya, but it gets its name from the dark reddish, orangish coloration of the meat when mature. That coloring sort of resembles a sunrise, which is another name for the strawberry papaya. You'll find that papayas are great sources of fiber, vitamins A and C, and they also contain an enzyme called papain. Say you were to get an insect bite or a jellyfish sting, grab yourself a fresh sliced papaya, put it on the affected area, and that papain should soothe the itchiness and hurt after a few minutes. Now you folks take a look over to my left to that last tree on the corner. That
because it was on fire. Oh yeah, that made him to get away from there. Yeah, but he saved it. Right. I remember him flying fingernails. I want to see your fingernails. Oh. Ain't that pretty?
And you can just go 1, 2, 3. Flip. Hello. What does that say?
I don't know.
It says something unavailable.
was like all the way up.
Yeah.
Really fantastic.